Hello guys, welcome back to the CSA Forex channel, and it's a pleasure having you guys here. Today, 12th of October, and we are looking at the CPI. As you can see right in front of us, we are looking at the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, and trust me, it is bound to be explosive for the dollar. Today, Thursday, October 12th, we have high impact news coming out by 1:30 p.m. I can see it is well loaded for the USD. CPI, Consumer Price Index, unemployment claims. Trust me, this is the data for today. And I don't want to know, the USD is bound to be volatile today. So the best thing for you to do, if you don't have any clue whatsoever what might happen in the market, then the best thing for you to do is to stay out. I repeat, the best thing for you to do is to stay out of the market, right? Now, I want to show you something based on the charts, because since we're talking about the dollar, I'm going to tell you what we are looking at today based on the cable, the GBPUSD. We already did some analysis on the GBPUSD this week, but this is what I have for my bias from the 4 hours time frame perspective. From this 4-hour time frame perspective, if you look very well, of course, you can easily see that the trend is a downtrend. And as much as the trend is a downtrend, there is always some buying opportunity. Now, we are not just buying, based on the fact that it's a counter trend trade. We're buying on the fact that it's a counter trend trade, and also that was a bit of a tongue twister. Did you notice that? We're not just buying because it is based on a counter trend trade, but also that it is giving us some trend moves already. If you look over here, we had this area that acted as support, right, in this down move, and then it pushed higher. Now it came back here, broke this support, and did what? It came back inside. As it came back inside, look at what we had over here. Do you know what pattern this is? If you look at it very well, you can call this LS. Do you know what LS stands for? The left shoulder, you can call this the head. You can as well call this the inverse. I repeat, this is the inverse head and shoulders, and then this is the right shoulder over here. I know some of you might not have spotted that pattern, but you would have heard about it. It's a popular pattern that is being traded by a lot of traders out there, the head and shoulders. Now, as we have this inverse head and shoulders here, now with this move that has pushed higher over here, for this market to come back here, I'm going to call this a QM, a quasi-model. Now, some of these patterns are kind of similar, but still different in a way. This quasi-model now, because we have this here, that is a much higher high than this one's over here, coming back to this level will be a good one, good entry for us to get our buy position in, right? Now, don't forget, as we said earlier, this is more or less a counter trend trade based on the entire chart that we have over here that is going down, right? But if you understand what is happening here, and the news that's coming out at 1:30 p.m., we have the CPI for the US dollar. The CPI for the US dollar, I'm expecting it to go bullish and then to go bearish after. And if that happens, where we have the bullish and then bearish move for the US dollar, then for this GBPUSD, look at where the US dollar is over here. It is the second currency known as the counter or the quote. So based on this GBPUSD, I'm expecting it to go bearish and then bullish over here. And then bullish over here, why to this point here? Because we have some series of support, then later acted as resistance, as you can see here. So we can easily call this area a flip zone. Now, if you're looking at what we have right in front of us, we always say mark your levels, pick your directional bias, right? We always say in a trend move, it's best to follow the trend. In a counter trend move, it's best to what? It's best to also follow the trend in a counter trend move, or whatever the case might be. I think I'm beginning to say a bit of gibberish now. I might need to say that again slowly. Now, in a trend move, it's best to follow the trend. That means that if the trend is down, look forward to selling. Let me put it this way. Apart from the fact that the trend is down and you want to sell to follow the trend, you can also go against the trend in a trend-like manner. I hope I'm not confusing anybody because when you look at, let me give you an example. This is the 4 hours time frame. If you look at it for maybe the 1 hour or maybe 30 minutes, you will notice that this uptrend has started to build up on a lower time frame. And this is what we're trying to capitalize on this move. We're trying to capitalize on this move to push higher at the end of the day, right? I hope what I said wasn't a bit too confusing. Apologies about that. I'm trying to create that clarity for everybody and not to cause further confusion. But then let's continue. So with what we have over here, my bias for today, the 12th of October, prior to the CPI news, is what I want to see a bearish move, and then I look forward to buying here and then to take it back to this point over here. Now, this is going to be a good trade that will give us a good amount of pips. If it's around here, we should have about 300 pips profit, while our stop loss might probably be about 30 to 40 pips. So that means that you could easily get like 7 to 10 R, which is a good one at the end of the day, and it is well worth the risk. Now, if you ask me also, this market from where it is can push higher to this point over here. If that happens, no problem, then simply just look for selling opportunities over here. Meaning that wait for the reaction here and then do what? After the reaction, wait for your price action trigger to enter the market. So this is what I have for you based on the CPI news coming out later today by 1:30 p.m. UK time. And then, of course, this is the 4 hours time frame that we have here that we're looking at for the cable for the GBP USD. So based on the dollar move that we have coming out soon, I'm expecting it to happen on the GBP USD 4 hours time frame. And this is even pretty much similar also to the Euro USD and a few other major currency pairs, right? Now, before I round up, just to keep the same video, the same analysis for something we talked about previously, I'm just going to clean this one up first of all, and then talk about this over here. If you remember the Bitcoin, yeah, this one, the Bitcoin, we talked about this earlier, and you can also watch the previous video. We talked about the fact that this area acted as resistance, resistance, support, 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 support. I hope you're not getting tired or bored about hearing support, resistance, but that is my own trading strategy. We have support, support. And then remember we said, if this trade doesn't act as support, we're expecting it to break this place that should not act as resistance based on it being a flip zone. Now look at what happened. It acted as resistance here, entry here, and look at what we have here now. It has dropped down to this point here. Would have loved for it to get down to this area here because we have some action here and even lower here. But we'll see how that goes. But the fact that we did analysis for price to pull back to this area and it did, that means that it is spot on at the end of the day. You can watch the previous video on the Bitcoin. I'm just chipping this in just to show you that whenever you conduct your analysis, make sure you go back to find out what happened. Because the truth now is that that is how you're going to build your confidence in the business, right? And then over to the one that we have eyes on for today, based on the CPI, is the cable. I'd rather prefer a down move to this point here before going up. But if it goes up, also look for selling opportunity here. But I think I'm more interested in this area for one or two other reasons, especially based on how the dollar has been behaving this month. I'll say this month, how the dollar has been behaving this month from the higher time frame perspective. Now, with that said, I'm going to be rounding up now. I want to say thank you guys for joining me. It has indeed been a good one. Don't forget, if this video was helpful in any way, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, share the video. You have a question, comment below as well, and I'll get back to you in good time. Thank you guys. It has indeed been a good one. Enjoy the rest of the day. Please protect your account accordingly. Use proper stop loss. Use your volume and lot size based on your account balance. And then, of course, even if you have losses, make sure they are well minimized and accept them as they come. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day and catch you at another time. Cheers.